Hello everybody, I am Mr. Saturday and I hope you are having a beautiful, wonderful day. My day is going fantastic and we are going to get to do some building today, hopefully. I do have plans for a really weird build. I'm gonna assume it's weird. The thought process is there, I just haven't laid it fully out yet. I don't do any pre-building, so we just get to see it how it is when it's done. So I have this blank hillside right here, right? And I want to fill it up with something kind of cool. You can see where I have like a little cobblestone outline kind of making a shape. It's a little bit of a, you know, chubby T, if you will. So we have like the bottom part right here and the side parts come out the sides. Well, I want to build a greenhouse that's green, if that makes sense. Like I want a greenhouse. And I don't want it to be that color green because I feel like that would blend in a little too much. And we're trying to go for like a variety of weird builds on this back side right here. So that leaves me with only one other color, and that will be neon green. So we're going to try a neon green greenhouse. This is some of the building materials I have. I don't know if it's going to be enough, especially the moss stone. I might have to go get a little bit more of that, to be honest with you, and I have maybe a stack left besides this 25. So I'm hoping whatever I use to decorate with the moss stone, I can get it done with 25 of them. If not, it's fine. I'll go pick up that other stack. I do have a little bit of clearing off to do and some leveling. I do want this building to be kind of level, but I want it to be taller than the spider farm. I don't want it to be the same level as the spider farm, and I think it's going to be maybe a little bit taller than the squid farm itself. So that is going to be pretty cool. Well, we have it pretty flat here, and I'm not too sure what to do with this wall yet. I know I need to fix that piece of the squid farm where I took out the hill. But this part of the hill, I'm not too sure yet until we get some kind of structure up and see what it runs into. I could just like completely flatten it out, but if I don't have to and I could leave a little bit of the hill look behind it, that would be nice. But I have no idea what I'm doing yet. So we're going to go ahead and get started on some kind of random shape. I don't think I want it to be perfectly square, or it's kind of hard to explain, right? I want it to be round, but I don't know how round, and I don't want it to be like too pointed. It's a weird shape. It's a weird shape. I have it in my brain. It's just, you know, a matter of putting it together, I guess. Like it's just a matter of like, hey, we're gonna have to get into it. We're gonna have to build it, and I probably need to move this foundation down, right, to go ahead and get that started. I just broke my pickaxe. My diamond pickaxe is gone. I think I have a couple of spare iron ones in storage, or at least I hope I do. I can always go to the mine shaft to make more. Let's see. I think this is the spare tool chest, and I do have a spare iron pickaxe. I have more diamonds. I think I have like 50 something diamonds in the mine shaft, but I don't feel like making another diamond pickaxe right now. I will just stick with the iron one. Okay, so now that I have the foundation mostly on the same level, I'm not, like I said, I'm not too worried about that yet until we get the shape of this building. And that's what I'm going to work on. So I want to build a weird shape. I'm into weird shapes and kind of doing goofy things, right? Not everything is kind of like this church where it's a couple of squares with a round roof. Sometimes it's this weird round shape that's kind of like a pencil. Sometimes we have multiple different layers stacked on top of each other. I think I did that a lot in that castle. Like that's not a full tower all the way down. It's a tower that comes off a tower. And I want to play with that shape a little bit. Just something that's different, right? So we have a really rounded roof here, and then we have roofs that are sunk here. We have a couple of wizard tower looking roofs. We have some domes. We have, I forget what those are called, but we have those too. So I want to play with that a little bit. Just give this greenhouse a bit of a weird shape And on top of that, I think I would want the roof glass too. We'll have to see. So we're probably going to go 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. Yeah, maybe 4. And then we'll do like a little slab here. And we'll try... Oh, I can't place... I'm going to have to pillar up again. So right here, I want to place that guy. And maybe make him 2. And we'll do like a couple of 2s probably. And then a 1. So let me go ahead and get my dirt. Let's kind of stack back up there. Alright, so this guy is a 1. And then, just so we don't mess ourselves up with the slabs, I'm just going to place the dirt here. And then we'll go 2 again. We'll probably do a 1 right here. Right, so it's 4, 2, 2, 1. Maybe a 3. But like a 3 straight, like we're building a circle. So 1, 2, 3. And then we'll build the same thing on the other side, and that should connect, hopefully. Oh, what I could have done before jumping down was add all of the slabs. Yeah, we'll do a slab here, there, and where this dirt block is. And we'll be able to get a good look at the shape. I have a shovel for this. There we go. So it's going to be kind of like a weird arc, right? And I think I'm liking the green. I would so put slabs on the other underside, but we actually need room for our glass blocks to fill that in. And I'm pretty sure I did not bring enough glass, seeing the size of this building, so I'll be making more of that. This is going to look kind of strange, but kind of cool at the same time. I think I can get behind this a little bit. I do think I need to put some slabs on those top bits to kind of match the rest of it. But I'm kind of digging the shape. The only thing that's throwing me off just a little bit is the neon green, but I think the neon green is going to be like a cool contrast with all of the other colors that we have going on, especially when we have the rest of the building up and it's like up against these two, kind of filling in that gap. And then we'll have a little bit of it hanging off here, and I still have more hill to play with for other builds and stuff. So I think it's going to come together pretty good. Now I do have this corner bit, and I think for the corners we're just going to make them full. That way we can save up on glass just a little bit, and we'll have, we could pretend it's like some kind of structure thing to make the building more sound. And then we'll have them on the corners again over here, and I don't know, probably a full wall. I might make it like a full sandstone or a full stone to kind of save up on the green wool a little bit, but I'm not entirely too sure. We'll get to that piece. It's a future Saturday problem. Right now we're trying to figure out this part. So this whole corner piece is going to have to make a similar shape, right? So we're gonna have to bring this guy up, which I remember he was 4. And to be honest with you, we could in theory make these two just follow their corresponding arcs and then figure out what to do with this middle bit. So this guy right here will be another 2, and then we'll go ahead and make another 2. And then he will be a 1. So this will completely do that bit off, right? And maybe to break up, so it's like, because it's going to be nothing but glass the entire way up if we do it this way. So what I'm thinking is we put some kind of beam here towards the second 2 on your way up. We'll do like a little neon green beam all the way across. Yeah, I mean, that could look kind of cool. And then that would separate the roof from the walls a little bit. At least that's what we're going for. You can place the slabs on these bits right here. Okay, wait. Yeah, that should line up. For some reason, I had like a brain spasm, thinking that's not going to line up, and I was like, did I count that out wrong down there? So that should line up. So we can build the other arc on that side, and it would connect to this one. And that's what we'd want to happen for this arc on this side, along with these two arcs. So these side bits might not be as long as the front ones. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I think those are 9. So if we count that dirt block in the middle, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's not quite as long. And I might have miscounted that. So that's 3. No, that's 4. Yeah, that's 4. So we're gonna have to figure out another shape there, or I'm gonna have to make it just a tad bit longer and have to cut back more of this hill. All right, so I did figure out the shape. So to do this shape, to get it kind of similar to the bigger guy, I just minus the 1s off the side. So this one has that extra 1 before it goes into a 3. We just took those off, so it will go 4, 2, 2, and then the 3 across. So it's going to be a block shorter, it looks like. I have the I'm going to try to keep this green beam that's weird to say. I'm going to try to get these bars to line up, right? They line up pretty good. I want to keep that in unison, and this one will just have a little bit of a shorter roof. It's starting to look like a McDonald's playhouse a little bit, right? With all these bright colors. It's slowly growing on me. I'm not 100% sure yet. I do want to add something like this across the bottom. For some reason, you know, just bring it across to about where I think that's where the 3 lines up. Okay, yeah, I had that right. So we bring it across like this, and maybe a support beam in the middle. Bring it about as tall as the doors, I'd want to say. So we'll have a door to either side of this, and then we'll bring that straight across and place that in the middle. And the rest of this will be glass. So instead of having a cobblestone foundation, I could either make this solid green, or maybe do something similar to the spider farm over here, where it's a stone and the stone slab variant, you know, just kind of extra support, which I'm thinking I might do. That way it kind of ties in just a little bit better. Yeah, I could see that working, and it will go with the slabs up here, so it kind of works out, right? This is going to be a very strange build, but I need it because this building is going to hold on to my sugarcane. So I'm going to put my sugarcane farm in here. It's probably going to be this main section in the middle, and then we'll have some decorative bits on the sides, like some make-believe plants or whatever that we're growing. But this main section in the middle is just going to be my sugarcane farm. I don't want a super big one. I just want one big enough to where I can make bookshelves whenever I want to for decoration. Wow, that is extremely bright compared to everything else. I do have a lot more of the arcs up, right? I went ahead and placed some of them up. It's about time now to decide what I'm going to do with the back, because I've actually ran into several problems with the back of the build. But I just wanted to get a quick look. We might have to go on the other side of this birch tree. Yeah, I can get up here. Yeah, that is a bit bright. That is way brighter than I thought it was going to be. It looks cool, but it looks incredibly out of place so far. And I'm hoping everything else that I tie into it, it will come together. But yeah, you have all of this, right? That kind of blends in a little bit. Maybe the thing that stands out the most is this gray box, but even it has some gray behind it, right? Where this is like, wow, that's bright. I mean, it could be cool. Like I said, it kind of reminds me of like a McDonald's funhouse, like the playgrounds they used to have. But it is incredibly bright. So let's get on up here. And yes, this is one of the issues. So I could either mess up this corner bit to my squid farm, which I'm pretty sure is visible. It might not be. Okay, no. So I could definitely take this corner out and tie it up against the wall. And then we paint the wall all one color. That's one option. Or I could dig it back a little bit to kind of fully finish the arc, but it could leave this hill looking funny on this side, because I would have to terraform all of this down and get rid of the beta fill of this hill. I've done nothing with this, even including that dirt block that's in the leaves right there. That all spawned that way. I haven't touched this other than when we dug out this piece. So I don't know if I want to ruin the beta looking hill mountain just to build that arc over. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this corner, and I'm going to go as far as I can with the arc and just blend it in. Maybe we add some grass towards the top and bone meal it, and that will bring some of that hill back. And then on this side, we'll have to figure out a way to tie it too, because it's supposed to come like right into there so that we have the main beam. So this side will also have a main beam, and then we have this bigger section of the build to worry about. Yeah, so that's going to be a fun one. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear all of this corner bit down along with these two wood pieces and figure out if that looks good or not. So this is what I'm thinking. This is about as far as I can go, because if I tear into this, you're going to see it, and some water is going to seep out from the squid farm. So I can't really tear into that any further than what it is. I can tear this wooden trim off so that way I can finish the glass and everything on that side. And then this back here is actually the bigger arc and where it would have landed if we could have continued it. And that would have split a good section of this hill off. So I am faced a little bit with a dilemma on what I would want to keep. And it's frustrating. It's a little frustrating. I don't know if I want to solid this wall off, like continue the sandstone back here a little bit. And that is just like a finished off wall. We do have like this full section that will be nothing but glass. And we have this full section that will be nothing but glass. But we'll have a partial window here and the whole back be kind of filled in. So it leaves me with a little bit to think about, right? Because I don't want to mess this hill up too much, but I also don't want this build to look a little goofy. So I gotta figure out something. This is going to be a strange one. It really is. I'm thinking about even playing with these corner bits, because I don't have anything planned for these, but I do have I have a half-baked idea about extending them upwards and then maybe having some kind of tower. The only thing is I don't know where it's going to land on that side yet. I could do the math. It's not that too far off. So it will go 1, 2, and then it will go back 1, and then down 4. And it'll be somewhere with the down 4 over here. So it wouldn't be too much to play with. I'll think about that idea at a later time. I want to get this section focused on. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and cover it in sandstone and see how it looks. I did not like the sandstone whatsoever, but I think I found something I did like. And that is just a simple stone wall, right? With a little bit of mossy stone mixed in and some, rough patches in the wall. The only thing that I could think of to add more detailing wise is a few buttons to press, when you're bored. So let's go ahead and get about 8 buttons, and maybe we just place them in random bits as detailing. They don't have to be perfect, right? So place them here and here, maybe like a rock sticking out over here. Maybe we have one little rock down there. So that texturizes the wall a little bit. We could probably make a few more buttons and add just a little bit more. I did get rid of the wood bit that was right there on the squid farm. Looks like I forgot to pick up a couple of pieces. I'll get those in a little bit. And yeah, I think I like this. I made it follow this pattern up here. I still have some dirt to get rid of to replace with stone. So in case we go with the glass right up on it, it is fine. The support beam will jet across to about there. So that should be in the clear. And yeah, I even made it come up against the spider farm a little bit. I just think that looks way better than the sandstone that I had there. When I put that sandstone wall up and I turned around and looked at it, I was so disappointed because it just did not look right. It did blend into the squid farm a little bit. You know, I had that going for it. I had a little more wall or floor room to play with, but it just looked bad. Even when I tried blending the sand in like I did over there, I just could not get that bit to look right. And, you know, it could be this hill's fault on the reason why that didn't look right. But I am super happy that I did this instead. I like this more. It's going to fit the plants that we put up against the wall a little bit more too, because I plan on having like some planters and stuff in here. So that's going to look a lot nicer as well. And now all we got to do is, you know, figure out all the support beams, connect them, get the rest of the slab works in, probably some slabs on the tops of these arches, maybe one, or maybe like a little triangle bit, like we'll do 3 across, but the middle one has a 2. And we'll get some glass in here and see how this looks. We also got to figure out what we need to do for the floor. I was going to do something similar to this as the floor, but now that that is a wall, I'm going to have to think of something cool. We might go with like a simple wooden floor, or maybe the pattern design that I did in the tower for the skeleton farm, where it's like log and then plank, and then we just kind of make that go through. Most of this is going to be sand and water anyways. I have a pretty good feeling because this is going to be sugarcane. We might leave, let's say both of these doorways connect into an actual walkway, just one walkway. And we'll have the walkway down the middle. That way we have a clean area to walk without bumping into the slabs that cover up the water. And we have like clear access to all of this, whatever fake plants and crops we put on this side. And then we'll have a few plants and crops that we put on this side. So I think that is the ultimate floor plan. It's not going to be super efficient. It's not going to be like the most efficient sugarcane farm you've ever seen, but it's going to look cool in here, and that's what matters. that's what matters. I mean, even though my squid farm is broken, the building looks cool, guys. That's what I want. I want stuff that looks cool. On a side note, we have no good pathway to this yet. I could just make some kind of weird staircase that goes all the way down, similar to that, where it's got a bunch of twist and turn and bendy bits, right? Or I can make some kind of retaining wall, like continue this retaining wall and make the pathway come up from the side. And maybe we'll do some kind of like garden on this side of it and do something cool over here to blend this in. I'm leaning more towards the retaining wall. We're gonna have to push this wall out a little bit, probably to about where that is on the staircase, so we have enough room. I'm gonna have to drop the lamp and move it off to the side a little bit so we can build a pathway. And the pathway shouldn't be too hard. It's already kind of connected up right here anyways, so it will just be filling this bit in and then continuing it like that. I think that could be pretty cool. And I still have enough mossy stone and gravel to build that kind of pathway as well. I do need to go on a resource gathering trip at some point, so that could be a fun like talking episode. Maybe I could do like a Q&A, so if some of y'all have questions and you want to ask them, you can ask them down in the comments and I could answer them during the resource gathering trip. Or I could just speak whatever's on my mind, because I got like a lot of goofy stuff that's going on up there, and we'll just chit chat about that. I forgot a slab up there, but that's fine. We're about to fix all of this. Let's try to get the glass and support beams in and see how that looks first. Okay, we have all of the glass in for the walls and ceiling and roof, and I think it's looking pretty cool. Sorry about that, guys. Even I'm allergic to my own BS sometimes. I hope y'all all knew that that was a joke, that I was not going to build that out of green wool or neon green wool. So hopefully, you've seen it in the thumbnail and you might have caught on to my shenanigans earlier in the video and not waited this long to see it. But yeah, I wasn't going to make anything out of neon green wool. It was a very expensive, time-consuming joke that I now regret because I'm gonna have to find something to do with all that neon green wool that I made. But yeah, here's the actual greenhouse. I went ahead and built the platform up. We have the pathway that comes this way. It needs a little touch up around that lamppost, and it has this big retaining wall that I want to do something with. But now that this is here, I can landscape the grass and decorate the wall freely, knowing that this guy is going to be here. So that's pretty cool. I'll have fun with that later. I went for different shades of brown. We have a little bit of brown wool up there, and different bits of soul sand and the spruce wood. And that's what I wanted to play with in this one, make it look real earthly looking. I did leave bits of grass around here to kind of give it like it's, the pathway's a little bit worn out. It doesn't go back that way yet. Still need to decide what's being built there before we continue the pathway. And let's go ahead and take a look on the inside, because I even went ahead and finished the inside up. Looks kind of neat with the sugarcane grown up. The sugarcane kind of covers the view of everything. But I forgot to plant the flowers. Sorry about that. This little spot right here was supposed to be for yellow and red. There we go. We have a couple of flower planters, some bushes. Maybe they have like grapes or something on them, or blackberries, and we're just waiting to harvest them. And then over here we have mushrooms. Can't place anything in there because that will update the mushrooms and break them. So if you want to place the mushrooms, just don't do anything in the middle with all this light. Same goes for the brown ones. But I like to think we're studying the mushrooms and, making mushroom soup out of them. I have a couple of different tree types here. I'm thinking they are some kind of pepper plant, right? Like we're waiting for our peppers to turn red, and right now they're just green, and we're kind of waiting on that. And then I got a little table here, and then like always in most of my builds, I leave a little workstation filled with crap that I eventually got to move back to my storage room, but it will probably stay there for a while until I'm looking for something. I really love how this building came out. I love the wall idea in the background that we got to leave part of the beta terrain, which I really like. We did decorate it to match. And I love that now I can harvest sugarcane all I want to and build as many bookshelves as I want. That's the reason why you don't see a lot of bookshelves in my world, because I was just using the sugarcane I found out in the wild. I never got around to making a sugarcane farm, and that's the reason why it was on my to-do list, was I got tired of hunting it down. So I hunted down a little bit the plant, and now we got an unlimited supply, so that's going to be fun. And I love the view that you get out of this greenhouse. You have several really big windows to look at the church, to look at the sandy keep over there, the lighthouse. You can come and look out this window right here, get a nice view of the beach and the bridge. And the view from the little platform where the pathway is really nice too. You get like this really good view of the castle, and it wraps all the way around. So you can just really look at everything and take it in. And I like it. I like that it fills this gap up a little bit. We now do not have that weird hill space, but we do have a weird retaining wall. So it makes it kind of hard to see the greenhouse from ground level, or not really ground level, but beach level. You can see that something is up there, but you have to kind of walk around the base to see what it is. This one's a bit more obvious, I guess. You can see all the glass and be like, that's probably a greenhouse. But I like that the wall might be hiding something back there, and you want to go exploring to see what it is. It is kind of flat. I mean, not like the shape wise, but just texture wise, it is pretty flat. So I'm going to have to do something with that. And I would love to do some terrain like we did over there. but bring that a little bit right in here and right in here. So that will tie it in all together along with this wheat field. We might bring the wheat field down just a little bit too. That could be kind of neat. But like I said, I'm really liking this build. It's got a cool look to it. It's not like the fanciest greenhouse that I've ever built, but it's really nice, and you can see the plants in it like really clean, and I like that about it. So I even thought about replacing the slabs with wood slabs, but I didn't like that as much when I did take them off. That was one thing that I was like up in the air about whether or not I should keep is the slabs. But I know for a fact, you know, not going to keep the green wool. I thought it would be a funny joke, you know, to have all of this and then like a bright green building. But now that I'm thinking about it, I really do got to figure out what to do with that green wool. That was like 4 stacks of neon green wool that I made, because I didn't know how big I was going to make this building, so I overmade the joke block. And now, you know, now I got to find something to do with it, you know, because I got to AFK my spider farm now to get some of that wool back. Yeah, it's great. It's great. I'll figure out what to do with it. Maybe make some neon grass somewhere, like a cartoon-like build. But, you know, it's all good. I hope y'all really enjoyed this episode as much as I have. I know it's kind of weird, but I liked it. You know, I'm not entirely too sure what I want to do now that I'm back, other than build in this world and come up with like weird ideas in beta. So some of the other series that I had going on might be on hold until I can think of what I want to do. But for right now, you know, beta is awesome. I love the beta version of Minecraft. I really do. It kind of inspires me to keep building, unlike the modern version does. And I don't know, I'll have to make a video talking about it, because I did have a friend who quit playing Minecraft because of 1.19 and 1.20, and I'll go into that whole spill. Maybe I'll do like a resource gathering video and just talk about it. I hope the rest of y'all's day is fantastic, and if you hate this video, just leave a thumbs down. I understand that was a really horrible joke, and yeah, if you don't like it, I completely understand. I will see you in the next one. Bye.